Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuned in now, listening to the almighty hold music, we are about to get started in 3 minutes for Hyper Crush Battle Arena 5. Thank you for showing up. If you are in the chat, just know that we will be starting momentarily.
I like that it says that we're playing Apex Legends.
I thought I changed that.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to blow up your spot.
It's okay. I just hope all those Apex Legends fans show up.
Ooh. Wow, I can't believe that this is Hyper Crush 5.
Yeah.
It seems like there's been more of those and also less at the same time.
Well, the first one, Sarah, that's the voice of Sarah Brown, by the way, everybody.
Oops.
Well, Sarah, there have been 5, but the first one was only for the amazing audience members of the Pack Theater years ago.
Yes, that would have been December 2019?
Yeah. This is Reed, by the way. I just wanted to jump on it. Yeah, it was December. It was many years ago in December.
I love that 2019 is now referred to as years ago.
Yes,
when it was
far distant past.
Barely 2 years ago.
That's fine.
That's fine. All right, it's cool.
Hi, Reed. Hi, Mayana.
Hi, Shoshana.
I'm trying to get these lights to work, but it's just not going to happen.
I think they work great.
They look really nice. I like that.
They're fine. They're on like the demo feature, but there's a thing where like I should be able to get in there and like make
program
it. Yeah, but it's not connecting, and that's fine. But look at these earrings. I made them.
I love those. Those are perfect for this.
I'm like obsessed with Shrinky Dinks right now.
I love Shrinky Dinks.
I love them. So I've gone crazy. Like I've gone mad with
I love it.
Power.
The power. Shrinky power.
Little hair.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
That you can like stick in your hair. I made like other magnesses and earrings. I can't stop.
I love it.
It's like I want to be a resin girl and like pour all these like insane resin molds, but it's like toxic and I'm gonna blow my apartment up doing that. And the Shrinky Dink is like the perfect vibe. It's like artsy crafty. It's kind of mad science.
Oh,
Shout out in the chat if you guys are into Shrinky Dinks.
Huh?
The chat.
Because we're going live. Everyone can hear what
we're
you're
about
saying.
to go
Shout out in
live.
the chat if anyone else is into
I think that entire conversation was broadcast. I was out of the room.
It was.
Yeah, we were talking about Shrinky Dinks.
The people should know about Shrinky Dinks.
Yeah, they should. They're
I guess
great.
the people
We aren't
should.
sponsored, but one day.
The people should know. And you know what the other thing people should know? They should know that it's time for Hyper Crush Battle Arena 5!
Yeah!
All right, we're hearing a lot of voices and a lot of choices. I just started doing my own. We're gonna fade out Opus 1 here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen and people, welcome to Super Dating Simulator Hyper Crush Battle Arena 5. We are going for the gold tonight. We have an amazing lineup of comedians and performers. I am Sam Weller, and I am joined today by
Sarah Brown, and also
Reed died.
Now
I don't
Reed.
know what this was, but
it was good.
Now Reed, this is a special tournament because, like Mike Hagar, who is both the mayor of a city and a street fighter, apparently. You are a producer of the show, but you are throwing your hat in the arena today.
Yeah. I straight up put my name in the goblet of fire. I think it's time for this fly to not touch my face, but also to really throw my gauntlet into the ring. I've been seeing competitors going at this for 4 years. And I'll be honest, it got me fired up. I had to start crushing with my own crushes. I had to fucking get in here.
Now, Reed, do you think you'll have, in fact, an unfair advantage from your many years on the panel of us, judges and producers? How do you plan to spin that to your gain?
Well, to have the mask on of being a competitor and ready to crush it, I absolutely have an advantage. I've seen everyone's weaknesses. I've seen their strengths. I know how to win this, and I've seen the audience. To pull the mask off and be vulnerable, I've never done this before, and I'm very scared.
It's okay. I think you're going to do great.
Oh, thanks.
What is a hyper?
I'm putting my mask back on. They're gonna die.
Yeah.
What is a hyper crush battle but an intersection between fear and joy? So now we are ready to begin. We have a random number generator. We have our lineup down below. I think most people, if you follow us on social media at Super Dating Simulator, on Instagram, on Facebook, you'll know a lot of these things already. Who's going up against? We have Waluigi. We have Bakura from Yu-Gi-Oh! We have Mario. We have Wesley from The Princess Bride. We have Dr. Julian Bashir from Star Trek. Hopper from It's a Bug's Life. We have Rainbow Bright. And then finally we have both Aunt Vivs from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Of the first, I guess, tag team entry into the Crush Arena. But valid as Aunt Viv was portrayed by two different actors. So let's get this thing going. We have a rough numbered system that I'm going to look up right now, and we are doing a random number generator. I need to look at my list.
I'm excited to see what our competitors bring.
And truly, what a gambit. What a gambit of crushes we have. We've got, we've got movies, video games, TV. We've got people and bugs. We've got,
got our
more genders than you can shake a stick at.
I'm sorry, Sam. Can you repeat that for me? I got way too excited and all the blood rushed to my ears.
We've got all the characters, and we've also got our first competitor, our first crush. Mario has entered the battle arena, followed by both Aunt Vivs.
Oh my gosh.
We are coming hot out of the gate. So give me a moment to set up that battle as we do some commentary. What do we think about Mario versus both Aunt Vivs?
I'll be honest. Sarah, go for it, please. I have to.
No, I was just going to say, I think this is just truly so interesting. We have Mario, the most iconic, classic video game character, maybe of all time, plus the Aunts Viv, a very niche choice. Well, not niche, but I mean, I think we could also, all of us were pretty stunned and pretty surprised when we realized that this was coming to the battlefield. And it's characters without a ton of overlap, I feel like. So I'm really excited to see what each competitor brings to the table. I think one thing's for sure is that this is going to be a knockdown, drag out fight.
Absolutely.
The aunts can get it, as can Mario, as we've seen from the very many properties. Both of these things are iconic of their time. The fact that there's a duality, one can even argue Mario himself has a duality.
And yet from duality, only one will remain. So Reed, let's do this. We have Mario in maybe, let's say, heads, because he does wear the hat, and we can start off that way, heads and tails.
I was gonna go tails because he wears a Tanuki suit.
Then that's your call. You're the holder of the coin.
I am. All right, we got tails. Our Sir Mario is going first.
Okay. Take it away.
Go ahead. The battle commenced, Sarah.
Okay, Lawrence, in defense of Mario from the Nintendo franchise, you have 1 minute to make your case. Your time starts now.
Thank you. Okay, so y'all know Mario Jumpman Mario of the Mario Brothers, famously iconic hero of the Mushroom Kingdom. Okay, listen, y'all, I've done this game before. I could talk at length about how Mario keeps it tight in these little overalls. I can talk about how he's giving cute Italian daddy cub short king vibes realness. But listen, y'all, it's Virgo season, and we're here to talk about practical matters. We're making plans for our future. We're getting shit in line. And this is why Mario is the best crush, because he may be a heroic, chivalrous, kind man of adventure and leisure, but at the end of the day, listen, mama, he is a sensible man with a career as a licensed plumber, honey. So he is collecting just as many coins in his career as he is in his many adventures. He's got a diversified investment portfolio. He's giving you Roth IRA down boots, mama. So, he's a provider. He's a provider. He's going to take care of you. He's going to be a man that you can bring home to the family. And who wouldn't? Because he's the hero, Mario, and that's on molto bene, sis.
Time. I was not ready for Roth IRA boots down, mama. Okay. Next up, we have Dom with both Aunt Vivs from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Dom, you have 1 minute and your time starts now.
All right. So Will Smith showed up in Bel-Air and he was like, I don't like this. But dark skin Aunt Viv was like, bro, I got you. I'm from where you from. All right. Respect that. And he was like, all right, I dig it. And you know what? He didn't become a deviant. You know what he became? He became a college athlete. He became a impeccable member of society. Remember that episode where Carlton was like, I'm going to go shoot those guys that shot Will? He probably would have if it wasn't for Aunt Viv. See, that's the kind of calming effect that both light-skinned and dark-skinned Aunt Viv had. You see, played by different characters, it didn't matter. They brought the community together. But you know what? They would still get ill on you. When Will Smith's dad showed up and was kind of leave, light-skinned Aunt Viv was like, beat it, sucker. When they started shooting pool and then the dude was about to beat up Will, she showed up, dark-skinned Aunt Viv was like, nah, brother, beat it, kick rocks, chump.
Time. Wow. So now, of course, each competitor gets an additional 30-second rebuttal to either add on to their argument or address points perhaps from their opponent. So now, Lawrence, you have 30 more seconds and your time starts now.
Yeah, I heard a lot about how Aunt Viv was like a moral compass for Will Smith's character. And I think you could argue that Mario is the greatest moral compass of them all. He's been in the game for 35 years. And Viv was here. She came and went twice. She came and left and then was recast twice. Mario's always here and he's always reinventing himself, much like Aunt Viv did once. I don't know, Mario does it like maybe more times than Aunt Viv did.
10 seconds.
So I don't know. I just think that as a whole, when we're thinking about crushes, wholesome crushes, I think Mario is providing a lot more emotional support here.
Incredible. And Dom, 30 seconds for you for Aunt Viv's. Time starts now.
Mario don't provide an emotional goddamn thing. First of all, Mario is the deviant. Mario is the toxic part of the relationship in any relationship he's in. He's kidnapping, either he's kidnapping Princess Peach or just letting her get kidnapped. Why are you doing that? Because he's a psychopath. He has a poor relationship with his brother. Luigi is just trying to vibe. Luigi's trying to work. He's trying to do his thing with his brother, whom he loves. And Mario's like, nah, this is Paper Mario. This is fucking Mario Paint, not Mario and Luigi. It's his family, bro. Like I'm Viv, dark skin and light skin.
Wow. Such incredible points were made on both counts. I don't envy the audience for having to vote between these two because there was just so much there.
Yeah, the Twitch poll is oh shoot, the Twitch poll should be going up, but it's stuck behind all the other graphics. There it is. Okay. So the Twitch poll is live. Crazy. So if you are voting for Mario, that's 1. And appropriately, if you're voting for both Aunt Vivs, that's a 2. So just throw it up in the chat, 1 or 2.
Remember, Aunt Vivs is the vote for family.
If you're watching this on the Pack Theater, our host channel and our home theater, make sure to come over to Super Dating Simulator in the chat. Because that is how you'll be able to vote and be counted. And people are already getting counted. I got to go answer the door because we're live, pal, but my cat's scratching at the door. So 1 second.
Oh.
Cats know no master and they know no time and they know no stream. I don't know. I don't envy you guys in the voting. I feel like it's illegal for me personally to vote.
Yeah.
On both counts, as I'm a competitor and a producer all the same. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
A cat hears.
I'm also, unfortunately, I'm not seeing the poll, so I can't even help count the votes.
Oh, you know what? I can't see it either. I wonder if that's troubling.
Haven't you seen it under the graphics still today?
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There it is. Okay, we've got 7 votes in. How much are we cutting the vote off, or what are we going?
Give it a couple more seconds, just so it pops up on our delayed little feeds.
Eloise, what do you think?
Oh, the cat made a sound.
Oh, adorable. Oh man, but Aunt Viv is leaping ahead as number 2. It is,
which is so surprising because Mario is again like arguably the most iconic character of all time, and Lawrence's argument really brought more. I'm always thinking about what Mario's doing. I haven't really thought about who Mario is.
You know, what I find interesting is that there was some certain ammunition that Dom had not touched. So I'm curious if he's hoping to like fire it off later in the round.
I think we're about to cut off voting in 3,
right.
2, 1. Okay. There's some people dipping their toes in, and Aunt Viv comes away with our opening victory today.
We did it.
Wow. Do we have a couple of seconds for some parting words for our fallen competitor?
Absolutely, we do.
All right, Lawrence, anything to say?
Yeah, no, a fair loss. And Viv's iconic for the culture. I'm Black and Mexican, so I'm happy that we had and Viv versus our Latinx king Mario. So best of luck to all the competitors going forward.
A kind and noble departure. Absolutely incredible. All right. We started this with a bang as predicted. Sam, do we know who's coming up next?
We're about to, Sarah, and we're using the random number generator to find out. So coming up next is Wesley from The Princess Bride. Is going to be up here in the next round. I'm adjusting all of these graphics at the same time. This is good. And then up against Wesley from The Princess Bride is, no, we already had that one. Is Molly with Hopper from A Bug's Life.
Oh, good versus evil.
So let's talk about this matchup as I crop.
Wow.
I mean, again, we have two iconic properties swinging in here. I mean, I'll be honest, all the properties here are iconic. What am I saying?
Of course.
But
I feel like this is a really classic Hyper Crush sort of archetype situation where we have a very classic crush. Wesley, Princess Bride. Oh my gosh, huge formative childhood crush for me. Love this. And then we have the chaos element, which is Hopper, the evil grasshopper from the Pixar film Bug's Life.
Now, Sarah, I have to cut you off right there saying that if you think that that's a chaos element and no one has ever thirsted after Hopper, I don't think you've been on the internet long enough.
I'm afraid.
As someone who's frequented in this internet gremlin, I've seen things. I know things. It is left field, but not as left field as I would have liked to admit.
RIP my search history and targeted ads.
That's right, Molly.
You're gonna get ads for Raid if you know what I'm saying.
All right.
I'm intrigued to see.
We're ready to kick this off. So read the flipping of the coin. Whose heads, whose tails?
All right. I'm gonna say Wesley is heads and Hopper is tails. It just makes sense in my brain. Here we go. My coin flips. Shit. It landed with my friends. Wesley is coming up on the first. I warmed up my flipping hand and everything, but they can't all be winners.
Incredible. Would it be Hyper Crush if Reed was not throwing a coin around? Okay. Mayana, for Wesley from The Princess Bride, you have 1 minute. Your time starts now.
I'm not going to waste my guests' time. You all know me. You all love me. I'm your former champion. Here from defending Goose. Heard of it? Thought so. Hi, I'm here today to humbly suggest Wesley be added to your crush diet. Wesley is a man who can do both. They say find you a man who can do both. On this side, you have cottagecore lesbian farm boy. On this side, you have badass pirate king drug lord. They're the same person. Can also pull off mustache. Thank you. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, I don't want a soft boy, that's okay. He stays like that for 5 minutes. The rest of the time, you're getting this guy. He climbs mountains for you. He's ambidextrous for you. He's immune to poison for you specifically. All of that
10 seconds.
For you. I ask, what more could you want? I yield my time.
Incredible. And Molly with Hopper from A Bug's Life, you have 1 minute to state your case. Your time starts now.
We talk about A Bug's Life, but let me tell you, I'm a bug's wife. You're talking about cottagecore lesbian and dread pirate Roberts, drug running pirate. We have here a man of industry. Now, Hopper is the bad guy in A Bug's Life, and I argue the bad guy is capitalism. Hopper is just a sophisticated, mature, industrious entrepreneur who knows his market, he knows his demographic, and he knows how to make a pitch. We all know the cantina scene. We all know it. The first line he says in the movie is, the first rule of leadership is everything is your fault. Hopper takes responsibility. He'll take care of you And Wesley's field of
10
wheat
seconds.
versus Hopper, it's not a question. Hopper takes the wheat. And then what is Wesley? Broke. Hopper, he's your man.
And that's your time. Perfectly ended. Mayana, you have 30 seconds for a rebuttal. Your time starts now.
You not know of what you speak. Do you have any idea how much gold this man owns? Not only that, he's a job creator, unlike your slave-driving, fear-mongering capitalist. When he's done and saves his princess, you know what he does? He gives the Dread Pirate Roberts title to Inigo Montoya, an immigrant who has nowhere to go but up. What has Hopper done? What has Hopper done for you lately? I yield my time.
Okay, Molly, you have 30 seconds for a rebuttal. Your time starts now.
If we want to talk politics, Hopper is a union leader of a migrant workforce of agricultural laborers who makes sure that they have a paycheck every year, all year round. And he even negotiated with Flick and gave them time to double the food store that was due to them. So if you ask me, he's operating
10
under best
seconds.
practices. And that's what gives you Hopper, who's going to go to work, make bank, and come home and take you out to your favorite dinner spot because the bank account
Time.
is full.
Wow. I was not ready for any individual part of either of those.
Really quick reminders. The poll is up. 1 for Wesley and 2 for Hopper. 1 for Wesley, 2 for Hopper. You just need to type 1 or 2 in the chat to vote. This isn't Hyper Crush Moral High Ground Arena. This is more. This is
Who's hotter?
This is
Who can you feel better about?
Please,
What
Wesley.
turns you on?
Please.
Sam, I gotta say, morals does tie into crushes, though, just a little bit.
I would.
Not
Who
a lot,
among us
just
has
a
not
little.
been swayed by a strong labor practice, I ask you?
I mean, Sam, I'll make it a little bit more sexy and say vote 1 for Wesley and 69 for Hopper.
Vote
Okay.
1 for Wesley because he doesn't
But
exploit
no,
the
vote 2,
labor
or else it won't be
ants.
counted.
All right, hold on, Mayana, Molly. The people are voting. The words have been said. That this is very much like when Gene Okerlund can't get the mic away from a couple of wrestlers. You know, like it's too intense.
Somebody
Wesley does to me.
come take me off stage.
We got people doing 6969 up here in this chat already. So
Those are my
success.
people.
AC Improv in the chat says this is always a moral high ground battle. So love and morals is a battlefield. But I would love to hear more about why you like your crush. Anyway, but that's just Sam, and I'm not voting, so who cares? All right, we're gonna cut this poll off in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. And finish.
I always start at 5, and then we start at 3. Threw me out.
And guess what? The votes are in. As you wish, audience. Wesley moves forward in the
It's a
tournament.
storybook story.
But not before we hear from some of the little people of this competition, from Hopper and their defender. So, Molly, any last words you would like to have for our audience?
I just want to remind you the next time you hear the dulcet tones of a grasshopper song, it's some sexy motherfucker like that trying to hit on you.
Thank you so much for that image.
The one thing that makes me sad that Hopper has now been eliminated is that she had all these leg arguments for her second round. He had leg for days. But we're never going to hear about that.
I hadn't even considered the legs.
Consider all the people he almost murdered with his legs in that movie.
Consider the hearts we're about to murder, with Waluigi coming into the arena next, followed by Reed. Are your laces tied up? Because you're going in with Bakura from Yu-Gi-Oh! Finally, the battle can be decided. Waluigi or Bakura.
Wow.
It's been what the internet's always wanted for so long. Sarah, I can't flip this coin in good conscience. I can't do it morally.
I will do this.
I need
First,
you.
I'm really curious because Mario came out the gate and our audience said, no, thank you. Not this classic Nintendo that we know and love. Waluigi, though, the bad boy of Nintendo.
He owns the internet.
Yeah.
So maybe,
as a competitor,
maybe a
I'm
sweeter
a little
tune for the
nervous.
audience.
Reed, I want to interview you in a second about this upcoming battle, but I just want to say for Bakura's part that I mainly have appreciated Bakura because of Little Karibo's videos on YouTube. So that to me is a creature like Waluigi that exists very much online.
Okay.
Also, the person who just texted me that they're sorry I'm about to lose, go boink yourself. Go into your room and boink yourself.
Wow.
How dare you have my
Incredible
number?
violent
Delete it from your
energy.
phone.
Okay, we are gonna do Bakura as heads, Waluigi as tails. It is heads. So Reed.
All right. I'll do my. Oh, let me know when my time starts. I realize.
Yes, I was about to say you know exactly how this works. I got distracted in the chat and I wasn't sure if I said the wrong thing.
Oh.
But okay, you have 1 minute. Your time starts now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, I come to you with a good boy, a duality of boy, as it were. Bakura is two men stuffed into one sexy package. We have Ryu Bakura, sexy, thief, bandit, king, and dominator of your heart. Everyone thinks you want a hero. No, you want a villain who will tear down society, tear down the world for you. And that's what this guy is. And if you're like, but Reed, I don't want a thief king. We also have this soft boy. This soft boy is inside this hard boy. Both of them love you in duality. Secondly, hello. He is from the past. He is thousands of years old, but still keeps it high and tight. Also, if you're having a hard day, he can summon the cards to be real. So if you're like, I'm having a hard day, boom, this is for you. Boom, this is for you.
10 seconds.
Boom, this is for you. Boom, also for you. Bakura is a man with a plan. He is loyal and he sticks to his plan. Also, he cannot die.
Time. Wow. Wow. Okay, and now we have Jonathan with Waluigi. Jonathan, you have 1 minute to make your argument. Your time starts now.
Oh, you already know it's Waluigi all day, y'all. Here we go. This is a quote, nothing's more infuriating than those who criticize Waluigi's name. Do they honestly think it's just taking the Wa from Wario and affixing it to Luigi? In Japanese, Wari, it means bad, and Luigi means Luigi. It's a clever pun. It's Waluigi. Now, this quote, of course, is from former presidential candidate Mitt Romney. That is the person, this is something he mentions in his memoir. Titans of industry and politics all know
30 seconds.
Waluigi, they all acknowledge Waluigi is it. He has the it factor. You can talk about how he's tall, dark, and handsome, and he is, but the truth is that it's scientifically proven. A recent cross-cultural study published and conducted at UC, it was published in the Journal of Psychology, said the number one thing women look for that they find attractive is facial hair. They also like someone who has a feminine side. He has blue eyeshadow. They like a man who's athletic. He was in Mario Tennis. He's a villain. He's a bad boy. He's everything.
Time. Wow. I wasn't expecting to hear Mitt Romney's name in this, and here we are. Okay, Reed, you have 30 seconds for a rebuttal. Your time starts now.
Impressive when you say you want someone with a feminine side, which I'll be honest, he's a bit more feminine and wears black eyeshadow with cat eye wings. Your blue eyeshadow is nice, but he has the wing 4 days, honey, and his hair is always on point. That being said, Waluigi's great, and I appreciate him and all of his skills, but who is he really?
10
Who
seconds.
is his mom? Who is he? Was that my time? I'll
Like
yield
3
it.
seconds. Okay, perfect. Jonathan, you have a 30-second rebuttal. Your time begins now.
Yeah, Bakura, more like Basura. I'm out here looking at this motherfucking anime character. Like, you could be two dudes combined into one, but has the muscle mass of like a boy. I mean, and yeah, Waluigi is also very thin, but it's all muscle. He is 0% BMI. He is ideal. Nah, that's
10
fake
seconds.
body issues. That's an unrealistic standard. Waluigi is a thin king, promotes positive body image, even if you're super thin. And look at that mustache. I mean, come on.
Time. Wow.
Thin King.
I'm obsessed.
Thin king.
We stand a Thin King.
We do. And I had never really appreciated Waluigi's blue eyeshadow until now. So I'm really glad that got some attention. Also, as somebody who's never seen Yu-Gi-Oh!, there's so many questions I have about this man who is two people in one.
Yeah. He's also a thief king.
Yeah,
Curious.
He can be in.
Reed, honestly, you excellent work. Again, type 1 for Waluigi and 2 for Bakura if you want to vote there in the chat. 1 for Waluigi and 2 for Bakura. Strong showing, Reed, and you went up against a hot showing from a newbie to the Battle Crush.
I'll be honest. Now that I am a producer and not once again the mask of a demolition player, it was a really respectable battle on both sides. But Waluigi against Bakura, that's a tough act to follow.
It's two very different types. It's again, I think we have mentioned in our chat here that this crowd famously loves a white-haired anime boy. But then again, Waluigi, I feel kind of like Copper, has the chaos element that I know our viewers really resonate with, a la the goose winning in a previous Hyper Crush. Yeah. So this is anyone's game.
I'm not looking at the poll on purpose because I know I wouldn't be able to handle it. I'd start making arguments. So I'm not looking.
Well, everybody's looking at the poll because they have 5 seconds left to vote. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, I saw another vote come in right at the line, but Waluigi, I don't know what he says when he wins a competition in a Mario Party game, but
do you seriously not know?
What does he say?
Waluigi's the winner.
I'm gonna win. I always thought that was Wario. I just think of Wario as gold coins. But anyway,
Waluigi's the winner.
Wow. All right, Reed, this is your chance to give us. I mean, you're not going anywhere, but what would you like to say as your last words for Bakura?
I prepared this, to be honest, because you see, I never planned to win Hyper Crush Battle.
Oh?
I merely tried to be the obstacle in the way, the mini boss, if you would. Because now I know our competitors are of high mettle for the Super Dating Simulator arena. And I'm proud of the competitor who beat me, and you better make it to the top. Here's looking at you, kid.
Wow, this is such a season 1 anime moment. Now the bad guy's your friend and he's on your team.
Yeah. Vegeta, aka Waluigi, has joined us. All right, guys, we're into our last battle, and I think honestly it's just whatever number I land on first here. Is it? Yep. Okay. So leading us off will be Rainbow Bright. Will be in slot 1 competing, and then against Axolotl Questions representing Dr. Julian Bashir. So let's talk about this very interesting matchup as I crop the next battle.
Yeah, so I think this is pretty interesting because Rainbow Bright, obviously I know aesthetically, what a moment, what an icon. But like her personality and her like surrounding media, I'm really not familiar with.
I did some cursory research as a competitor, and I'll be honest, there's actually some pretty good meat on those bones. You wouldn't expect it from her property, especially.
Interesting.
I'm about to say things that I shouldn't reveal. I'll let our competitors reveal it.
Sure.
But then we also have the iconic. How many times have I said iconic? I don't know. Count them.
It's a good word.
Deep Space Nine.
Yes, which is very rich in lore. Yeah, it's very rich in lore. Sorry, I totally cut you off.
No worries. Rainbow Bright is surprisingly rich in lore. Read the Wikipedia sometime. It's like it's deep.
Here's my Rainbow Bright poll. I remember taping the like TV movie and watching it like multiple times as a kid. I think it aired on Disney Channel, if I'm quoting that correctly, because I think they just had to fill up time. But what I was struck by with Rainbow Bright was how thematically consistent she is. She is always about rainbows, and she has pretty much every single gimmick that a young woman or even a fanciful young lad like me watching that show would want to have in their lives. A magical horse, a puffy best friend. So that's what I'm going to say on that. Dr. Julian Bashir, I mean, I just look at the man's jawline and I'm already thinking I need a diagnosis, a love diagnosis.
I just had to love that. Felt like that needed a whoa at the end of that sentence. I thought it was good.
Who is going first? Reed.
All right. I'll be honest. Rainbow Bright's going to be Tails for no other reason than my brain told me. And the brain is the eldritch god of who I listen to.
What a horrifying way to live.
We're Tails. Rainbow Bright's going first.
Okay. Rainbow Bright leads us off. Sarah, you have the floor.
Yes, Shoshana, you have 1 minute in defense of Rainbow Bright. Your time starts now.
In a shadowy and dismal world steps a young warrior, a simple girl from Earth. She finds the sphere of light and brings color and hope to a gray and sad world. Rainbow Bright is a powerful hero who won through the power of rainbows. In 1987, did you know that she actually started on a Hallmark greeting card? That's right. She started in
30
CBS
seconds.
and worked her way up to 13 episodes and a movie. But she is so much more than that. Rainbow Bright is actually a metaphor for the fight against depression, the battle to keep our lives bright and full of color and defeat the murky dismals of the world. Rainbow Bright taught me all you need is good friends and lots of magic
10
crystals.
seconds.
Lots of magic crystals to be happy. I yield my time.
Excellent. Okay, Axolotl with Dr. Julian Bashir. You have 1 minute to state your case. Your time starts now.
Oh, Axe. You might need to. He's okay.
Oh, he knows.
I'm Axolotl Question, as you've heard, and I have to ask you, when was the last time you treated yourself to someone who actually really loved and cared about you? I'm here to tell you about Julian Bashir, a top percentile doctor, a first officer, an athletic prodigy, a queer-coded character, later in the series a spy, but above all, a gentleman. Forming meaningful, romantic, sexual, aromantic, and asexual relationships with a vast number of characters, Julian is a man who doesn't judge, doesn't project onto
30
you, he
seconds.
just loves you as you need him to. The man is the definition of bedside manner, blended with a healthy dose of bedside manner. So, if you do need a new prescription of love, the doctor will see you now.
You have 10 more seconds if you want them.
And I yield them.
All right. Wow, back to Rainbow Bright. You have 30 seconds for a rebuttal. Your time starts now.
I just want to talk a little bit about Rainbow Bright's fashion, because I don't understand how any human being could see this sort of outfit and
wow.
just not want that as a part of their lives forever and ever. Bashir, he I know you're trying to spruce him up with the suit there, but there's something so uncomfortable about a man in a onesie.
Time. Devastating words. We are back to Axolotl for Dr. Julian Bashir. 30 more seconds.
First of all, the man is known to wear a tuxedo. There's no two ways about it. You've lost in the fashion department. The fact of the matter is quite simply this. I don't respect any character I have to dig through a Wikipedia page for in order to be able to actually diss. Okay? I mean, if we could even have a poll in chat just to see who the hell had to Google what the hell this was before turning up to the show, because I'm definitely one of them. And it was a waste of time because it turns out it's just a Cabbage Patch Kid knockoff of Sailor Moon. Yield my time.
It's getting vicious in here with the Cabbage Patch Sailor Moon of it all.
Bashir did not warn Rainbow Bright that they were about to give them that injection of pain.
Rude. All I'll say is, wow, rude. But then again, it's Hyper Crush Battle. People fight to the death here, and we love them for it.
That's true. That's true. And the poll is up. So if you are on the side of rainbows and defeating negative thoughts, number 1 for Rainbow Bright. If you like a certain doctor's bedside manner, vote for number 2. So number 1, Rainbow Bright. Number 2, Dr. Julian Bashir.
And as people vote, may we both take a moment to appreciate that both of these competitors came dressed to impress and align with their characters, both the Tux and the Rainbow Bright. Like, incredible reveal from both of you, incredible commitment. Among many other things, this is also like a fashion battle, which I love. And also, what an impossible choice between a classic suit and like a colorful rainbow ensemble, if I do say so myself.
I mean, between the two outfits, I can't choose. I can't. I would, if someone showed up in a date in a very fashionable and like sleek rainbow ensemble or a suit, first, it depends on where we are. I'm assuming a nice restaurant. Then hell yeah. If we're at Dave & Buster's, don't do that.
Buffy Butterman, if you have not voted already, you might need to do just a 1 isolated. Instead of like, I think you had a statement beforehand your vote. So just make sure to lead with the number if you haven't voted yet. I will not double count you. So make sure to just have a single one, Buffy Butterman. Thank you, Buffy Butterman.
Shout out to Joey the Glyman for the sick burn of damn, there's been a murder. If only we had a doctor on staff. Or is that a burn against the doctor saying he's not a real doctor?
Who knows?
I don't know. Elaborate in chat.
Yeah. All right. We are neck and neck here. The poll has been active. There we go. Okay. So I am going to cut it off. I think we had up to 13 votes. I know we have some other viewers in the audience. So if you haven't voted, if you need to pick a side, this is probably the time to do it here in round 1, where we go into the finals, quarterfinals, and then the finals. So, it is now neck and neck. It is neck and neck with the poll, but I'm going to cut it off. Okay, guys? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And cutting it off by a hair. We are going to take a trek with Dr. Julian Bashir. But it was
the closest vote we've ever had, at least in this Hyper Crush.
That is the closest fight yet, and so I want to make sure that we give an opportunity here to Shoshana, representing the positivity of Rainbow Bright. What would Rainbow do? We're about to find out. Shoshana, your last words.
You know what? I still believe in the power of friendship, so it's all good. I'm just happy that someone won, and it doesn't have to be me.
That was so beautiful and so touching. Friendship really is magic.
Friendship is
That's a
magic.
different show, but that's fine. That's okay.
Different Technicolor 80 show.
And still got that wit. I love it.
Going into the quarter, is it quarterfinals, half finals, penultimate
Semifinals,
semi.
I don't. You know what? I don't do sports.
Every final is a semifinal if you think about it.
It is the semifinal. And thank you again, Shoshana, because honestly, with all of our backgrounds, as you can see, there's an aesthetic connection between Rainbow Bright and Super Dating Simulator that is present. Love to have you back again sometime as well.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're getting to the semis, and it is going to be both Aunt Vivs versus a man that contains multitudes in Wesley from The Princess Bride. Sarah Reed, give us the tale of the tape.
I got to be honest, this is one of the fights that I was hoping for. And so I'm both elated and saddened because these are two dualities coming together in true force. I myself, coming in with a duality, also wanted to fight against the duality, but
you're out, Reed.
No, I know. We have the hot guy duality and we have the aunts that can slay duality. And I don't know. It depends on what points they bring up. Both of these competitors are fierce.
Also, I like that we're having a bit of like a semi-retro culture moment too with both of them, if I'm remembering time periods correctly.
I think technically Princess Bride's a little older than French
Yes,
Prince.
yeah, because Princess Bride, if I recall, is like late 80s and French Prince is pretty solidly 90s. But
yeah,
yes, that is correct.
If I'm wrong, don't correct me in the chat. I don't care.
I'm wrong. Correct me in chat. I have low enough self-esteem that I need to know.
I just love the idea of we got to use the Fred Savage meter. How old is Fred Savage in this project? That's how you can tell. Okay, Reed up against we got both Aunt Vivs versus Wesley. Who's gonna go first?
Well, a storybook story is also a tale. So Wesley shall be tails, and Aunt Viv shall be heads, because she's smart. They're both smart. But God damn it! It's heads.
Wouldn't be a hyper crush without.
Listen, I'm iconic like that, baby. You know you love it.
All right, Dom, back at the mat for Aunt Vivs. You have 1 minute to start your case. Your time starts now.
All right, I'm gonna get the people what they want. Brother Sam Weller said he wants some nasty shit. He wants some sex appeal. Brother, I got you. In the early 90s, I'm gonna hit you with a fact. Many a young brother had their first boner watching Aunt Viv dance. Remember that? Remember when Aunt Viv was like, oh yeah, I'm old, and like in your mind at the time when you was a little kid, you're like, Aunt Viv gotta be like 50, 60 years old. She was probably like 33. Most of us can relate to that.
Hi. It's like 30 seconds.
Being in your 30s ain't old. right? So she put on her little light pink onesie and was grooving, fucking dancing and shit and flipping and doing all crazy shit. You sitting there like, damn, are those nipples? I like that. This is great. And then she left though, but then light-skinned Aunt Viv came and she was still fine. You couldn't see her nipples because she was like, she dressed more classy and didn't dance, but she was fine though.
Time. Sorry, wasn't ready for nipples. Okay, Mayana, you have 1 minute for Wesley. Back into the mat. Your time begins now.
Good people of Super Dating Simulator, I will not bring myself down to my opponent's level. Instead, I have but for you a quote of just a smattering of the capabilities of Wesley's lips alone. There have been 5 great kisses since 1642. Before then, couples hooked thumbs. And the precise rating of kisses is a terribly difficult thing, often leading to great controversy. Well, this one left them all behind. Wesley's a lover in the classical sense. He'll be fingering you in the late night under a farm moon and
30
whisper
seconds.
in your ear, I'm not even left-handed. I yield my time.
Dom, you have 30 seconds for a rebuttal. Your time starts now.
I didn't realize we could take the entire 30 seconds to quote from the X-rated version of Princess Bride. Look, I seen it too. I get it. Maybe not everybody has, but whatever. Look, Wesley's a handsome dude. Wesley's finger game ain't like Uncle Phil's. And you know how Uncle Phil had to develop a strong finger game? Because Aunt Viv was not playing around. She got options. Okay? You gotta come correct. Or you're not gonna keep her. Period.
Time. Mayana, 30-second rebuttal. Your time starts now.
Bruh, you know not of which you speak. He climbed a mountain barehanded. Do you think his forearms, fingers, and hands are but jokes to you? He beat Inigo Montoya, considered the greatest swordsman in the world, on his first try, with his less dominant hand. He choked out a giant non-lethally. Do you know what
10
that
seconds.
means? He is a kink king. I yield my time.
That conversation was remarkably explicit. Let's take it to
It was
the
explicit, but I was here for it, and I died several times. I'm glad that Zoom has a mute function, because if not, I would have blown out my mic.
If you would like to vote for both Aunt Vivs, that's 1. 1 is for Aunt Vivs. 2 is for Wesley. Both brought up excellent points. I don't think I'll ever rewatch The Princess Bride the same way again. But honestly, I like...
Or Fresh Prince, for that matter.
Or The Fresh Prince. What I liked is that the implication that Dom had with his Aunt Viv argument was that Uncle Phil had to work harder to keep this woman. That this woman will not settle. And I like that. I like that perspective shift.
But also think about everything that Buttercup went through. She had a very tough time in that movie. And in the end, she said, well, I don't want to get into what might potentially be, arguments down the line. But.
Yeah. If you haven't seen The Princess Bride or Fresh Prince, you need to watch both of them.
Absolutely.
Damn, these people brought their nukes, their RPGs, their grenades, and I was blown away.
Dang
That's
right.
all I gotta say about that.
Oh man, it was so good. I think TGIF was a weird vector for a lot of people into getting their sexual awakenings. But I think come on, guys, it's a MILF. Come on. No, I'm just throwing it out there. Okay, here we go.
Go ahead. Are we closing or are we starting the countdown?
We're gonna close.
All right.
5,
Go, quick.
4, 3, 2, 1, and does anybody want a peanut? Because Wesley's going forward.
Unrelated. Nice.
This is one of those fights where I'm not happy either person lost. Why can't we have it where both can win, Sam? Can't we change the rules?
No, we can't. That's the rules of the Crush Arena.
Damn.
Dom, do you have some parting words?
I mean, it's like Chris Cormier said against Stipe Miocic. We had a good fight, but if I keep losing, I'll know what to say. Good to you, Mayana. Fair play.
Incredible.
Honor and a
noble.
privilege.
I
It's
think-
an honor and a privilege.
I have no clue where Dom pulled that from. I can only assume he wanted to perplex the audience that usually watches this show.
There'll be one UFC fan who gets it. Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic.
Okay, well, I didn't hear Cormier. Now, if you had hit me with some, like, you know, Tito Ortiz or some throwback, some Ken Shamrock, let's do it.
Okay, if Steen keeps losing to Ric Flair, eventually you gotta join the Four Horsemen. Fair play, Mariana.
Thank you.
All
Dom.
right, we've
All
now
right.
reached our wrestling quota, so we have to move on to the next semifinal.
Okay. Which is Waluigi against Dr. Julian Bashir. I'm going to crop, and you guys are going to give me the tail of the tape.
As someone who just recently lost to Waluigi, this is going to be a bloodbath. And I'm not saying a single-sided bloodbath, mind you. Axolotl Question has clearly shown he has warmed up his game. Everything is loose and limber, and he's ready to fucking go. Sorry, effing go for those who don't like the F word. They're both limber, they're both loose, they're both knowledgeable, and I dropped my quarter prematurely. So Sarah, what you guys say?
Yeah, we were talking about fashion earlier. I mean, in many ways, Waluigi is also his own fashion icon when you really think about it.
True.
You know,
you'd recognize that guy anywhere.
He has that it factor. Who is she? She is Waluigi.
Wow.
Wow. Also, it's Waluigi's the winner is the winning line. Sorry, Sam, I can't get off that. It's Waluigi's the winner is what he says when he wins.
Waluigi's the winner. Yeah.
Waluigi's the winner.
See, I only know my favorite sounds from those games are usually made by like the Shy Guys, and they just like go like,
oh yeah. Oh wait, I do have one piece of crucial Nintendo lore that I do want to share before we get started, which is that so everybody knows that Mario and Luigi are brothers. Did you guys know that Wario and Waluigi are just friends?
They're not brothers.
They're not brothers. They're just
not brothers.
friends.
Yeah. Oh, we got to talk about an internet deep dive later. But for now, I have a coin. Will I drop it? Will I not? 50-50 chance. More like 60-40. Waluigi is Tails. BT dubs.
Nicely done.
Tails.
Okay, so Waluigi is up first. Jonathan, you have 1 more minute. Your time starts now.
All right, there we go. What's up, y'all? And we're back at it with Waluigi, who, like she said, is a winner. I don't make the rules, I just report them. Look, and speaking of reporting, Waluigi has been featured in the New York Times, the Daily Dot, the Washington Post. All these publications have run articles about the mystique, the dark, mysterious, brooding character that is Waluigi. Now I know there's a lot of, these like fans, Star Trek, whatever, hoo-ha going on. Look, Waluigi Waluigi is unbelievably multi-talented. He is the main antagonist of Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. So not only is he a bad boy, he's a talented dancer. In Mario Party 3, we find out he owns an island, so he's a billionaire playboy, not just a playboy. He's an interesting voice, but his voice has been remixed into songs like Uptown Funk and Wild Thoughts by Rihanna. So truth be told, I mean, he can't beam you up, but he can do everything else for you.
Time. Axolotl, you have 1 more minute for your argument. Your time starts now.
Knock, knock. It's raw sexual appeal o'clock. Gentlemen, great. It's time to step up the game a little bit. We talked about the jawline earlier. We touched on that and probably, cut ourselves sharp, right? But now that I'm in party mode officially, I feel like I can announce that Julian is genetically enhanced. His mind, his athleticism, hand-eye coordination. You ever been walking through a grocery store and you see an eggplant and you're like, God, that thing's huge. Must be GMO. I think that speaks for itself. But I gotta spend some time here to talk about the fact that Waluigi is a textbook toxic soft boy. You think he's romantic, but he's just spooling out hollow 5th grade poetry words and then asking for a picture of your tits. Like, oh, your eyes are like the night sky in June. Oh, please send a picture of your ass. His friends are scummy dirtbags too, like Wario, who don't actually like you. They just see you as an accessory to Waluigi because he sets the tone in the first place by treating you like an object or a
10
pet instead of a
seconds.
person. You can't fix him. He's not broken. He's just an asshole. Have standards for yourself. You deserve to be well. I yield my time.
Wow. Jonathan, you have another 30 seconds for Waluigi. Your time starts now.
Yeah, you know, our semi-British friend here is wearing 2 glasses, but can't see the truth. Waluigi, he's right about one thing. Dude's got a jawline of glass. Iron. And yeah, truth be told, you know, he's not just some nerd. I mean, I think it's safe to say that men and women are attracted to people that are interesting. It's not just about, it's not just about if you have on a suit. It's about the man inside the suit. And the man under the overalls, Waluigi, is twice the man this Star Trek guy ever was.
Time. And back to Axolotl for a 30-second rebuttal. Your time starts now.
Yeah, let's talk about the guy underneath the suit. And forgive me for being so crass. I mean, I feel like we've crossed that line. But what you have to bear in mind here is that in the bedroom, sometimes some people like to moan. And you know, if that feels right for you, great, more power to you. But you're telling me you're happy to be with a man who's going to be right up in your ear like, I'm a Waluigi, wahoo, hee-ha, wahoo, wahoo. Like, you're telling me you're still going to have blood flowing down south when you're hearing that in your ear? Dude, you gotta be crazy, man. Also, his chin is more like a shovel than, you know, anything else. So I'll just leave that as a final note. I yield my time.
Wow. They were ready to play dirty. They were ready to call each other out.
Face like a shovel, but apparently twice a man under the overalls against. So that's number 1 for Waluigi. Vote number 2 for Dr. Julian Bashir. Dr. Julian Bashir whipped the avatar axolotl questions immediately with the double shades. Reed, what do you think of the strategy?
I lost it when he said love flowing down south. The mute function is a pivotal investment in Zoom because I was dying. It was beautifully done. The war between the two, I don't know. I can't call who's going to win from this. I can't. Normally I say I can't. But I can't. Well done on both ends.
You know what I'd like to appreciate while we're here? What a well-cited argument Jonathan had for Waluigi. Jonathan has sources for all of these things. He's going to provide us a bibliography after this. I appreciate a candidate that does their research.
Mm-hmm.
We are coming up on some final time. So if you haven't voted, if you're thinking about it, get your votes in, people. This is for the final. Honestly, I want to say a shout out to, while we're at this point, to the Pack Theater. Thanks again for letting us host on your channel. Please donate to Venmo, Pack-Theater. Yes, there are still classes happening. There are still ways in which you can take comedy classes and get to the point that we all have been here in the Hyper Crush. Go to packtheater.com and check out those classes. They're going to be starting soon again. I think another session is coming up. All digital. I've taken a digital class. It's awesome. You're going to get out of it just as much, if not more, specialized attention. And then the other thing, too, is thank you to all of our competitors so far for all their efforts. I think we're going to have to call the... Sorry,
before we do the countdown, I do want to remind everyone, be sure to put only the number, don't put anything else, and then your vote will be counted. If you put a sentence and then number, it might not get counted. So be sure to just put the number. Don't put a sentence, put a number, and that way your vote can be counted. This has been a really tough battle. But now, Sam, how about we count it down?
Let's do it, Reed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my!
By a hair, the doctor will continue to see you now. Dr.
The doctor is
Bashir, he's in. He's in the final.
Our competitors can't see, but it was 45 to 54%. And honestly, it leapt back and forth rather clinically. I have to hand it to Waluigi. He did a good fight as someone who lost to him, and lost, by the way, too. I think it was like 15 to 90%. Fabulously done. Anyway, that's me.
Jonathan, your final words?
Yeah, hey man, you gotta give it to the doctor. He put up a good fight, can't take anything away from him. But you also can't take anything away from Waluigi. Last thing I'm gonna point out is the truth, which is that Waluigi, if you play Mario Kart Double Dash, Waluigi has a car. Most millennial men do not have cars. But Waluigi's got a car and it's a convertible. So if you're trying to cruise down PTH, with a man who's tall, dark, and handsome, you gotta go Waluigi, and that's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Jonathan. Yes, a tip for all you people out there looking to get a partner of your choice: get a car. Just get a car already. Thank you, Jonathan, for joining us in the Hyper Crush Battle Arena. I'm prepping the final battle. It's going to be Wesley up against Dr. Julian Bashir, and if we go into overtime, we get kicked off the Pack Theater. That's okay. The action's going to continue at Super Dating because we're going to go there, baby. But stick around because we're going to end not too soon after this. And then join us for the remainder of the action happening tonight, the Pack Theater channel. I think we're going to have Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pips at 9 o'clock. I think you'd be into it. It's going on at 8, if not. But yeah, so let's talk about this final battle.
All right, we've got Wesley and Dr. Julian Bashir. I feel like these are like two different archetypes of like your classic like sci-fi fantasy man.
Oh, yes. Also, correct me if I'm wrong. I know Mayana and Dom had gone up against each other in previous battles. Axolotl question to Mayana. I don't know if they've gone up against each other. I think they have
I've never met
I'm getting a head shake. No.
Never met this man in my life.
Never. You've been in similar Hyper Crushes, though they've never actually met each other on the battle arena. And whoo! Sorry, that was loud. It was proud. It was exciting and a lot. We have two dapper men who know how to dress.
Mayana's looking at a picture of Dr. Julian Bashir and then going, "I'm sorry, I do not know this man."
I don't know this man. I am eager to see. We're in the final round. Most competitors.
This is for all the marbles.
So who's leading off, Reed? Only one can go first.
Only one. Again, it's a storybook story, and storybook stories are also tales. I didn't mentally prepare for this, so here we go. Ah, yes, you love to see it. Tails is what's going up. Wesley, tell it to me.
Right. When does my time start?
Oh, sorry. I was letting Reed take the lead. Yes, for your final argument, 1 minute, and your time starts now.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna speak from the heart on this one. We've heard a lot of arguments tonight, but I'm gonna talk about me. Wesley was one of the first crushes I ever had in my youth, 14 years old. One of the first books I read voluntarily was The Princess Bride. That's right, a book. It was over 400 pages long, and I devoured it in 3 days. Wesley is an inspiration to me. He's not only a crush, but he's an icon. He's somebody who stands firm in his convictions. He's somebody who fights for what he believes in. He's somebody who can get down with criminals, with royalty, with pirates, and with princesses. And if you play your cards right, you might not just be a princess bride. He might make you a princess wife. He is everything. And that means the world to me and to many other people who had their sexual awakening in the early 80s. Thank you for my time. I yield it.
All right. What an incredibly heartfelt and sincere final argument. Axolotl, you have 1 minute for your final argument, and your time starts now.
Thank you. I have a lot of respect for this opponent. I think there is something to be said of an equal playing field regarding, two well-spoken English gentlemen who tend to fence and otherwise be rather polite. And so I will meet you on your terms. Dr. Julian Bashir, he came to me at a time when I also had not exactly a sexual awakening so much as a deeper realization of myself. I moved from being just another goddamn straight guy to being a moderately bisexual guy. And to be honest, if that isn't a victory in and of itself, I don't know what is. So I will meet you on those terms. Beyond that, I will say, to talk about the character himself, he is a man of many talents. The skill set there's nothing he can't do.
10 seconds.
He creates an intelligent, self-aware holoprogram with the personality of Frank Sinatra crossed with the dad you wish you had, right? He cures disease in a matter of weeks or days, something we all want right now. He gets perfect scores on all his tests and games. He is the definition of twinker, tailor boyfriend, homo spy. Thank you. Sorry I went over time slightly.
That's okay. What an incredible array of words at the end. Also incredible representation for the moderately bisexual community. Mayana, you have a 30-second rebuttal. Your time starts now.
Speaking as a moderately bisexual myself, I'm honored to be meeting a like-minded individual. I'll finish with this. I've been saying it so long to you. You just wouldn't listen. Every time you said, "Fawn boy, do this," you thought I was answering as you wish. But that's only because you were hearing wrong. I love you was what it was. But you never heard.
10 seconds.
That's all I have to say.
Love that. Okay. For the final word in the matter, Axolotl, you have your 30-second rebuttal. Your time starts now.
You know what? I opened this by saying that Dr. Julian Bashir is a gentleman. It's what I have been trying to sell you all on the entire time. My opponent has met me on fair, viable terms, didn't even come to attack my character. So you know what? As a matter of fact, in a final twist of the narrative, I not only yield my time, but I yield my victory. If you want to vote for me, I won't stop you, but I yield.
Wow. This is unheard of. This is unprecedented territory.
Speaking as whether you're moderate or full bisexual, like I am, you can find something to like in this with all of our competitors, with all the else today.
I am so speechless and floored. We had such a wholesome final round. We got to meet our competitors on such a personal level. Not only that, a yield of time and potentially victory. What do we do as judges? Do we still let the audience decide?
I think so. I think we still have to vote. We're legally obligated.
We still have to vote. Yes, we are legally obligated. 1 for Wesley, 2 for the good doctor. So 1 for Wesley, 2 for Dr. Julian Bashir in the chat.
I really, wow. As much as I love when the fur flies in these, this was a very sincere argument with like very touching thoughts about like identity and self-actualization and representation. And I really appreciate our competitors bringing such a thoughtful perspective to these. It was a very charming, very sweet note to end our night on after so much brutal bloodshed.
Absolutely. And you know, that's the thing. It's like our tagline is always, this is a place of acceptance and love. And what better place to accept and love than by being way too friendly and classy. But by contrast, we also heard about rainbow girls that cure depression, the multifaceted and multi-gig economy jobs of Mario and Waluigi.
Sam, yes, but I have to live announce as I'm watching the chat. There's been some conspiracy happening amongst the audience. They're planning to have this be 50-50.
The audience is working
together. The audience
together.
has decided there will be no winner. They are currently trying to keep it at 50-50. No one else is voting right now. They want a 50-50 try.
Oh, and then there was one that tipped it over. I think
we should start the countdown. I honestly think we should. I mean, I don't even know.
If people are not watching the stream, there is definitely there's a desire to keep things 50-50 right now, but we'll just do it. Oh, I think somebody jumped in to spoil the pot. Let's just even it out and see what happens here. The first ever vote. The first ever vote given by Super Dating Simulator.
3, 2, 1. I say we cut it. And I think officially
we are 50-50.
This is the first time we've ever had an official tie in Hyper Crush Battle Arena history. Wow. Can we, I mean, Sam, you're the power master behind it, but can we please pull both of our competitors up so they can shake hands, congratulate?
Yeah, they're on screen right. They're on screen right now. Let's have them cut a dual promo here.
There we go.
Well played, good sir.
Well played. I mean, first of all, respect also to everyone. Everyone came full force, and it was incredible. I cheers to our moderately bisexual ending. Cheers to you. Cheers to everyone, I guess.
Cheers to LaCroix.
Yeah, shout out to LaCroix, I guess.
Shout out to LaCroix and Scotch.
No, not unless they pay us. Not unless they pay us.
Sorry. Shout out to no one. Shout out to no one.
Shout out to us.
Shout out to us. Oh my God.
Well, thank you, Mayana. Thank you, Axolotl Questions. I think the party continues in the chat as the night continues. But you know what? What a hell of a Hyper Crush Battle Arena 5. I'm actually going to bring up everybody here coming up, including myself. And so everybody, we're going to get back on camera for just one more time to say our pieces. So thank you again for joining us here at the Hyper Crush Battle Arena. Thank you to all of our comedians. And also, make sure to follow us on Instagram at everybody should be up now. I'm pulling it up now. And then transition. Yay! Okay, we're all on screen. Yay! All right, so just want to say thanks again, everybody joining us in the chat. Your winners, I guess, are Wesley and Dr. Julian Bashir. A moderately bi ending indeed. Follow us at Super Dating Simulator on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter. And we will see you next time. Thank you for joining us in the arena. Bye.
Perfect marriage of sci-fi and fantasy.
A perfect marriage of sci-fi and fantasy. And the wait music comes back on. Oh, it's unavailable. Never mind. Bye.